brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own and in no way meant to offend or upset anyone. We ad-lib, paraphrase and imitate to convey reviewed content only. It's a bit of a laugh. Enjoy!
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 21 of series 3. What's the script? Christopher, how are you, my man?
Not too bad. Recovering from a cold, maybe a flu, maybe COVID, who knows? But apart from that,
Maybe a dodgy vaccine?
Aye.
Mate, I still think they're dropping shit. I still think they're dropping shit on us. I'm telling you, see the planes are way high up, they're dropping shit on us because I was out in my car all day. It was a nice crisp day at the start of the week. There was no wind, no rain, not a cloud in the sky. It was fresh as fuck. And I went out to get my car after a 12-hour shift and it was covered in dust. Nowhere near a fucking main road, know what I mean? Nowhere near a building site, nowhere near workies. It's a fucking planes.
Bring them in across the water.
They're dropping the anthrax-laced nanobots.
Oh, I just hope they just need to start dropping the nuclear bombs, man. I'm fucking fed up. I mean, come on, I could be doing with a fucking radiated suntan there. Come on now.
Deck chair, shades on, up to the roof. Get you up there.
Come on now, don't be stingy.
Best sunrise you'll ever see in your life, so it is.
And the last.
Aye. So, mate, it was your pick this week. You got the return of the guessing game. Aye. What's the script? It's a guessing game.
Aye.
Nobody fucking guessed it, but did they?
I don't want you to get all excited there, but there's a chance ITV might be trying to purchase that office. There's so much activity on it. So much.
Such a vast body of interest from networks. To see Craig and Chris as a new Ant and Dec. Yeah, we like Ant and Dec, but we want people from the real world. You know what I mean? Scheme boys like yourself. Got a bit of mileage on your clock. Know what I mean? Bit of water in your fucking pencil. Come on, Sal. Okay, get back to it.
And here's the weather.
Aye. Here's the weather with Margaret. All right, fucking passion. That's passion. Mate, anyway, it was your pick. We had such a level of response to the guessing game, we couldn't fathom who was first to guess it, but it was Léon the Professional, 1994, directed by Luc Besson.
Aye. Got a lot of time for Luc Besson. I like a lot of his...
A lot of time for him. Yeah, a lot of time for every director, every week, mate. You've got a lot of time for him.
Yeah. Here's a wee bit of trivia for you before we go any further. Do you know his auntie invented the basin?
Is that true?
No, I just made that up.
Hey, Besson. Aye, spoiler alert, folks. It won't be a proper French accent. It'll be a pure, stereotypical, embellished on French accent this week. So I take it, mate. I take it this was up in your library there. This film.
Aye. I really like this film because I'm trying to remember the first time I seen it, and it would have been videotape material again. But see, just you can appreciate the acting and stuff and all that in it now, but see, at the time when I was younger, there was just the way I looked at it was just this mad, creepy guy stays in a block of flats, really, and it turns out he's a mad super assassin. And I was like, that'll do me. I like that.
Do you know? I remember the first time I seen it, and it was again I know I've said this not hundreds of times, we've not done hundreds of reviews yet, we're reaching the 100 point, but this is another one of the ones late at night, coming in for a pub, channel surfing, film 4. Some of the best films I've ever seen in my life I've just found on film 4, and it was this. And I thought, oh, I'm into a bit of this shite, what is it? And it got me back then. I'm really interested as we discuss the film going forward, how it makes me feel now, because more in depth can I look at the backstory, but we'll get to it, mate.
I know what you're talking about. Guns that pedo!
Guns up beast. That's one of the things. But before we even get, I'll ask you the question. Looking at it now, it's a kind of an action-based kind of thriller. But I would suggest that it's a kind of / love story, I know, would you know?
Aye. There's definitely tones of it.
Tones? Fucking tones?
There's a lot of things goes on in the background with this. Right? It turns out Luc Besson's the lassie he was gone with at the time, she fell in love with him. Aye. She fell in love with him when she was young. And I'm talking like 12 or 11 or something. See along the lines? Know what I mean?
Oh, Mrs. Stiliana Petrov along the lines, aye.
But it was like they kind of seen it for their like that was their love story that was kind of being portrayed, right? But it's very it's very on the nose, shall we say? Know what I mean?
We'll get to it, mate, but I would put it in the category as well as being a love story as well, of sorts.
It's the whole thing of Romeo and Juliet, I know, isn't it? Was no Romeo know about fucking 41, worked in a garage or something, and Juliet was like 16?
I don't think so. I think it was just about social status, was it no? Two families that hated one another, and that was the big deal. I didn't know it about ages or anything like that. I didn't think he was out working. I didn't think he left his rigger boots at the school, you know what I mean? So you've got, as you said, mate, you've got a lot of time for Luc Besson, as you do most actors most weeks. I think you might find coming shortly that you're going to have less time for all these actors. But again, if you haven't seen this film, I'll just give you a quick synopsis in Luc's mother tongue, if that's okay. So, this is the synopsis of Léon the Professional.
Fucking sounds like a Glaswegian.
I've not started yet. You ready?
There, her father, stepmother, stepsister, and little brother killed by her father's employers. 12-year-old Mathilda is reluctantly taken by Léon, a professional assassin. After her family is murdered, an unusual relationship forms as she becomes his protégée and learns the assassin trade. There you are. Didn't even get a round of applause after your fuck all. I thought it was alright.
Aye, well, the French don't applaud anything. It's just, I was alright.
Aye, so that's the synopsis, and it's simple but fucking so effective, isn't it? Really, really good. It was actually, I'll give you a wee quick background on the monetary side of things. It was 16 million of a budget, made back a very modest 46.1, but it was nominated for 3,055,000 awards. After like César Award for Best Actor, César Award for Best Film, César Award for Best Director. A lot of César Awards in this, a lot of César Awards, and many, many more. Obviously, Luc Besson done the screenplay for it as well, and it was distributed after Gaumont, which is a French company. It was taken on by Columbia Pictures, who thought, hey, into a bit of this. But Jean Reno, Gary Oldman, Natalie Portman, and Danny Aiello are the four big stars in it, mate, aren't they?
Aye. And for me, Gary Oldman just steals the show. I wouldn't go as far as to say I've got a bromance with Gary Oldman, but see, around about this time, it was vintage Gary Oldman. It's just
Aye.
superb, man.
I would even suggest that Gary Oldman doesn't get the credit he deserves throughout his career, by the way, like, for the acting fraternity. All these off-the-cuff characters he plays, like Norman, I've just referred to him as Norman in this because that's his first name. You've got the guy in Fifth Element and all, and quirky, cookie, fucking maniac bad guys. He's brilliant at it, isn't he?
Aye, superb, mate. Fifth Element was actually hanging, I know. That was Luc Besson too. In fact,
Aye, that's right. That's
see
right.
this, he actually wrote this in between like making Fifth Element because Bruce Willis had a scheduling conflict or something. Know what I mean?
Aye.
But
Hair
you're right.
transplant.
But you're right, fucking the old Gary Oldman. See all his characters, like he says, Fifth Element, True Romance, this. Know what I mean? Just, and I'm sure, was this not the year he done Beethoven or something as well?
Beethoven?
Aye, I'm sure Gary Oldman plays Beethoven in a film.
See, I'm thinking of the Big Dog. I'm thinking. Oh, you've just reminded me of that Disney picture. The mad sheepdog hooks the guy. I'm on your level now. I now know what film you're talking about, but I've never seen it, mate.
Man, Gary Oldman
Never
running
seen
about like a big dog, like oof, oof.
Aye, mid-90s, late 90s, he obviously was Dracula, wasn't he? Bram Stoker's Dracula. He was fucking tremendous at that. The other films that I've mentioned. And then latterly, he's mad Jim Gordon anyway, you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely, mate. But aye. He's also, if you've not seen this as well, it's on Apple TV. I'm sure it's called Slow Horses. He's in that. It's a TV series. Mate, watch it. You'll love it. It's tremendous. It's
Slow horses. Horses that can't do maths.
Aye. But
Aye. So he's your favourite?
Aye. Oh, he's my favourite in the whole film. Favourite character and everything. Even the scenes just involving Gary Oldman and his lines and all. For me, he just steals the show, really.
But he's fucking tremendous. Because remember the first time seeing it, see when it's revealed that he's actually a Polish. How? What is everybody that's employed him or worked with him no seeing?
I know.
The guy's he's mental. I mean, see when he cracks that tablet a couple of times, and it's like a metamorphosis in it.
Aye, it's just like a schizophrenic because now the psychopath is now taking over into it. It's superb, man. It's not to say everybody else in the film is crap at the old actor and all that, but he's
not at all.
He's just above. You know what I mean?
I would even suggest that. Pardon me, Jean Reno. If you were to score it out of the four actors, he would be number 4.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because Danny Aiello's he is who he is. He has been that guy in about a million films. And I thought, Natalie Portman at times in this film as a 14-year-old lassie carries it so well. I've seen the extended version. I don't know what bits were extended or no, but for me there seemed to be a lot more dialogue for Natalie Portman in certain parts, and it was tremendous. A woman trapped in a wee lassie's body.
Aye. Well, I think that was the thing that they changed because it kind of made audiences uncomfortable. But you're right. Aye.
Aye, because she's a few F-bombs, man.
Aye, exactly. But aye. But aye, I would say aye. Gary Oldman, definitely. He's the top of the bill. And it's like we were saying, Big Jean Reno wasn't the worst either, but
no.
In fact,
it's poor, but it's just you could tell he wasn't speaking his mother tongue, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And some of his dialogue was like read, as if he was reading or somebody's shoulder, some of the stuff he was doing. But as a character, as a presence of somebody that's to portray this loner, slash cleaner.
Mhm.
Aye, definitely.
Aye. Well, I think that was actually, well, I watched all the bonus stuff on the Blu-ray today, and it was like the casting and that all looking at the film 10 years later and all that stuff. And he actually made a conscious decision to play Leon that way. So like a guy that's slow in the heat to make him less
Well.
like less like predator like. See, when it comes to the thing with Mathilda in the film, know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it gets a bit touchy feely sort of thing. He portrayed Leon that way to like kind of assure the audience that there would have been no chance of anything going further, sort of thing.
Aye.
So
I mean, see at the very get-go, right after the Matilda's family are massacred, and brilliant how she knows to just walk past her own door to his door. Fucking who wrote that, man? That was amazing. And he lets her in. There's a part of Leon's character where he's trying to kind of comfort her the only way he knows how. And he says, "Did you see the pig in the way in?" And she's like, "What pig?" And he turns into a pure, lovable wee pig puppet guy.
Yeah.
But no sooner has he put her to bed and he's staring at her head with a gun to her head. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, fucking hell. He's trying to appease this wee child, but he knows she's a problem and all. You know what I mean?
I showing you both sides of the coin, really, isn't it? Because apparently,
Mhm.
like Leon is supposed to have like the mental capacity of like a 14-year-old. Know what I mean? So you're like, but then again, that 14-year-old's no bad at killing folk. Get that bastard behind a baby gate now before you regret it.
Aye. So the boys, Colin at Seismic Cinema will be delighted to know if he's never seen this film before that Leon's best friend is a plant. Innit? And I'd go as far as to say it's a peace lily, I know. Innit?
Oh, you don't know what it is.
Looks
No, I
like
just
one.
forgot all about that.
Aye, so he's a hitman, his only friend in the world is a plant. Because the only other person he's got in the world who says he's his friend is Tony, who's brought him up, taught him the ways, gives him his jobs, feeds him the pish that he's got his money. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I mean, you know what I mean? I've got your money there. Money's there whenever you want it. And I mean, I'll give you it. You put it in the bank if you want, but why put it in the bank? Banks are getting knocked off all the time. No, that aye, any bother, mate. Here's a grand. I and have some fun.
Aye. See, that's what I'm talking about. I know it's like obviously Tony has taught him the ways. Know what I mean? Use the force, look. Know what I mean? But it's like
Aye. When me Matilda goes in at the end, Leon wanted you to have this. His suitcase full of cash.
aye. But it's just he's taking advantage of Aussie Leon's kind of mental state. Know what I mean? He's like, oh, here I can get a use out of this. You know what I mean? Which is was kind of my gripe and all, but at the same time, none of the people in this film are good people. Know what I mean? You maybe got Matilda. Know what I mean? But she's on her way to becoming a wrongin. So
She's already institutionalised by her home situation, isn't she? She
aye.
fucking hates her stepmom. Her dad's clearly a drug dealer, and her big sister wants to not fuck at her all the time. She probably only stays in that house before they're massacred for her wee brother's sake.
Aye. Know what I mean? And there's a
Those shades of face off, man.
aye. There's a fair smattering of the old Transformers, I know. Know what I mean?
Oh, no half, mate. I know Big Optimus makes a fucking couple of appearances, and the old Megatron there, it's smashing.
A couple of times I seen it and I went, oh, here, what episode was that? I've not seen that.
Then noticeable mention for Leon going to the cinema, watching, as you said there, harks back to his childlike status because he's mesmerised with his mouth wide open and at a cinema. He's watching Singing in the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another time it's only fair weather in it. That's the song, I think.
Aye.
And that's childlike stuff.
Stuff. Aye. Aye, but talking about, see, the massacre, Mathilda's family, see that, that's probably one of the first things I think of when I think of Gary Oldman. See, just going
Right.
complete tonto in that house. Just, just shoots the gun. Aye, like he's doing the orchestra, you know what I mean? And the next thing, he forgets, goes back, the mom's in the bath, boom. You know what I mean? Shoots the big teenage daughter, you know what I mean? It was just, it's pure carnage. And he's just walking about like, see, I like my bad guys in films, right? Now, obviously this film was made ages ago before we had to flesh out how did the bad man become such a bad man? No, he's just a bad guy. You know what I mean? Walking through this house, doing in this family. You know what I mean? Like, it's just brilliant, man.
Takes his mad wee tablet just before he goes tonto, doesn't he? And as it says, I like these calm moments before the storm. You're like, oh no, it's happening. It's coming. It's coming.
See what one of my favourite lines for it and all, but see after he's done it all and he's shot everybody in the house and he comes out and he's obviously fleeing on his pal or he's fleeing on like killing everybody and he's loading his gun and this wee old woman's like, why don't you leave that family alone? And he just shoots at this old woman. He said, go back inside.
He just doesn't give a fuck, man. This wee bent, crooked woman. Oh, she looks as if somebody drew on a cat. No, she looks like one of the Rugrats grannies, man. That's what she looks like. So,
Oh,
there's just no fucks given shooting the family. I mean, that poor stepsister was doing bobby lunges in her spandex not 5 minutes beforehand, wasn't she? That wasn't squats. She was doing that was just arse to camera ratio. And obviously, the bit we don't graphically see, but we know has happened, is the real loss is the wee brother getting caught in the crossfire, which is better than the guy going to stab the bed with him under it. Because I forgot about that bit and I thought, oh, don't stab a wee boy through the bed, man. That's fucking tragic.
see him talking about how these guys are all supposed to be cops, right?
Mhm.
What the fuck are they all dressed like? No, it reminded me of the gang in Death Wish too. See, like the giggle and all that. I was like, dreadlocks, they're no issue. They're no police issue. Get me a mafia, mad bastard. The other guy, he's cutting about with a leather jacket and a big knife. Like, why have you got a knife?
Dreads and shiny face, I've called him. The other guy with the black hair, he's irrelevant, the cunt, you know what I mean? But it's brilliant, mate. I mean,
And see one of
Matilda,
the
when she goes
cops.
to.
See one of the cops as well. See that he's the bald guy and he's protecting the door and the hallway. Aye. He actually became a firefighter, see later on in life. And he died at 9/11. Trying to rescue folk. So there you go.
Right. If I had a hat, I'd take it off. That just shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah, true.
You know, your Steve Buscemi's that turn up and help anyway, but that's totally another podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, why did my wee gripe about the whole thing, right? They're looking for the dope. The dope's been cut wrong, so it's 10% less quality than it was before this guy had it. So, why the fuck did they not just give them it, man? Because it was in the house all the time, wasn't it?
That's it. Just pure greed, innit? I mean, I thought of that and all that. Oh, here, listen, mate, I just found that in the house. I don't know where that's came from, you know what I mean? But for whatever reason, just he's an asshole. To be honest with you, anyway, why would you be bumping the police? Why would you be bumping dirty police?
Exactly. Fucking right. Especially that mad bastard. You must know who you're getting in bed with. Especially when his team look like fucking a stoner and a fucking old Ray Winston shiny face cunt, man, with a knife. You know what I mean? But Matilda, very matter of fact, asks him what he does for a living, Leon, and he says, I'm a cleaner. And she knows instantly, oh, that means a hitman, isn't you? And he's quite surprised that she knows it, isn't she?
Aye. No, I mean, there's no innocence in this child. But
What the fuck?
it's like, see what kind of was good about this is not at the time. See now when you see like assassins in films, they're all suited and booted, best of gear, know what I mean? Whereas this guy just dresses right down. Know what I mean? A wee woolly hat, a wee woolly jacket, know what I mean? He's, what is it? Well, you'd say his budgies are dead, wouldn't you? Whereas we would say his cats are dead.
Aye. I thought that was quite prevalent because his trousers are halfway up his shins, which is quite funny. Charlie Chaplin-esque, and she does an impression of Charlie Chaplin later in the film. But she's trying to convince him to teach her. He's like, no, hen, fuck off. In French. And
Hey, get yourself to fuck.
Says, I work alone. What do you want to work alone for? All the best double X had a partner. Bonnie and Clyde never worked alone. Thelma and Louise never worked alone. Pretty sure Thelma and Louise only fucking hit women. You know what I mean?
Aye. But
He kind of reluctantly agrees after no blowing her head off in her sleep. And he decides to teach her the rifle. And he tells her it's the first weapon you'll ever use because it's the furthest away you'll ever be for a client.
aye.
And as you get better, you get closer. The knife is the last thing you'll use. No, I thought that was pretty good, mate.
Aye, because it would be with it. No, I mean it's like a detail that you would just take for granted in any other film. Know what I mean? Of course, you want to put distance between yourself and the actual target and stuff, but to then learn your trades with a knife, know what I mean? It's just
Takes a special kind of cunt to rip your throat out with a blade, know what I mean?
possibly. What? How do you practice that? Know what I mean?
But again, one of the first things he tells her before he even takes her on the roof to practice is no women, no kids. That's my rules. You know what I mean? Kids and women very rarely get to do it, no collateral damage.
See what was good with that as well? It just kind of shows you the experience that Leon said. Like, see when she first sets the rifle up and she flips up the cover for the scope and he puts it back down like, no, you wait to the very last second before you do that. And you're going,
no.
So you haven't even a photo of that?
No, but aye, if you were not, aye, right, I get you wouldn't. However, how many fucking films have you seen, right, where seasoned pros like Leon, like your Sylvester Stallones and all that, even Sniper movie and all that, that are meant to be 10, 15 years doing this,
Aye.
let that get them caught.
It's every time, innit? But did you see a glint off the sun there?
Aye, so when Leon does that with her, I'm like, fucking thank you. I mean,
But
cheers, Big L.
That also shows me that he has also made that mistake at one point and he's learned from it. So maybe these other guys are talking about haven't they learned yet?
I know, stupid bastards. Fucking, even Indiana Jones and all that. Get down from there, Dad. We're well out of range. Bang. You know what I mean? That's brilliant, mate. So it gets her on the roof, doesn't it? I like that. That's a great scene. Very quickly happens, and he's got to look through the scope, pick anybody you want. Quite funny. It coincides with what I would think is maybe a senator or something getting out for a jog.
Aye, literally picks her targets, know what I mean? And again, it's like, I think it was just to reinforce how much an issue Mathilda actually is, know what I mean? He's come into her life, there's dirty police, there's drugs involved and all that. All right, I'll teach you the ways. And then the first thing she does, she shoots a guy that's got about 20 bodyguards. He's like, for fuck's sake.
You all decide to look everywhere for where the bullet came than where it came from. And by the way, I don't know if a paint pellet can get a trajectory like that.
Aye.
In the world.
I know. You just need wee bit of cinema magic, mate.
She says it's quite funny right after it. He's like, ah, no bad. And she just looks at him and says, can we practice with real bullets now?
Aye.
You are worth watching, you little bitch.
See, and saying that, I know that's a good shot of see New York. And you're just seeing like Central Park stuck through the middle of it as well. It was brilliant, man. Because considering a lot of this film was apparently shot in France, I think just see.
Was
I see let's see the street scenes and stuff. That was filmed in New York like a month and a half. And then I think the rest of the film was all France. See, like in the apartments and stuff. Know what I mean?
Did not know that.
I was
know that at all. Did it?
I was watching see that stuff today, and that's what it says. Like Jean Reno and all. It was like I'm going to New York to stay for a month and a half, and I was like that.
Aye.
It's an awfully quick fucking time scale to do a film. Know what I mean?
There you go. This is what this pod is for. People, you learn something new every day. Every day's a school day with what's the script. So there's a bonding. There's a relative kind of bonding moment. She's like, "You need to loosen up. What'd you do for fun?" "I do nothing. I fucking wash my plant." You know what I mean? And she says, "Right, we'll need to play a game. We'll have a game of charades." And again, it embosses how out of touch Leon is with the real world. Or like a telly, even. Because she comes out dressed up with all these impressions, and it's she does Madonna, sings like a virgin, right? She does Marilyn Monroe, and sings "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" to him. And then it kind of comes down, she does Chaplin, but she does Gene Kelly for Singing in the Rain, didn't she? And that's the only one he gets.
Aye, because that's like one and only films he's seen into it. And it's mate, see when he walks out dressed like John Wayne. I'm like, that boy shat himself.
Aye, see when he walks away to the back and he leans against the door. As if, you must know this pose.
Oh.
She doesn't get it, obviously goes, "Oh, fucking John Wayne. I was just going to say that, Leon. I was just going to say the Duke. You know that way? you just blurted it out." So they didn't have a kind of fucking a mad wee playful water fight after that, didn't they?
Aye. See, this is right. Obviously, there's like a kind of love story in there, right? And it was controversial and all this stuff, right? But see, when the first time I watched this, I just seen it like a father-daughter thing was developing. Know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
I'm totally with you. However, she clearly tries to seduce him in this film. She really does. I don't know if this is part of the extended stuff and all that, but she's fucking leaning seductively at a table, getting towards him, kiss me, and all that.
Aye. See,
that felt uncomfortable.
Aye, that was the extended stuff, right? Because apparently they've done test screenings in America and stuff, and the audience was like laughing, and it was, "Oh, this is a bit uncomfortable and stuff." So they kind of changed it, and like a way for me that it worked better that way. You know what I mean? Because Steve had it, "Oh, this is turning into a mad relationship," and all that. It's like, I'm sorry, Leon, but you're a creepy bastard.
That's where I've had to realise, watching the extended stuff, I've had not a change of heart, I've just seen it from another point of view, because her dialogue is extremely grown up as well. She's very matter of fact and lying kind of hand on her head, and "I think I'm falling in love with you, Leon." She's not even looking at him, she's just looking up at the sky, and he's,
"Aye,
what the fuck are you saying this for?
Aye.
Stop it." Know what I mean?
Aye. And like I say, that's when obviously Jean Reno, he just that's why he played it that way. So it was like, there was no chance of that ever happening. But see, the fact that it was just suggested made it creepy. But see, with the way they changed the film, like obviously, spoiler alert, Leon dies at the end. See if it see if they kept it that way, I don't think you could have had sympathy for the character that way.
No.
Like the way I've seen it, like she was sort of teaching him about the world, giving him a new outlook on life and stuff, and then obviously that snapped away from him just when he's coming into the world, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And you're going, "Oh, that's shite." Whereas, see if it was a fucking "watch that janitor," then you're like, "Oh, no."
No, I've never ever felt for a minute that he had any kind of, "Oh well," do you know what I mean, thought about it or anything like that. It's just he didn't have the mental capacity to say, "Fucking shut up, hen," or "I'm pat mute, stop that shit." He just didn't have that in him. Didn't want to hurt her feelings. and that was mere portrayal in the extended bit, but must have been tough for Mr. and Daddy and Mammy Portman to watch her daughter doing that, you know what I mean? Because she gets made up and put in a dress and all that, and
Aye. See, that was the thing
it's-
as well. the Portmans, we'll call them, they had like stringent
Maple
rules in
Portmans.
place. They had stringent rules in place. Like the way she was kind of sexualized in the film and that, they're going, no, you'll be cutting that fucking right down. Let's see the smoking as well. See,
Aye.
when you're watching the film, you never see Natalie Portman take a draw or exhale smoke because she wasn't to do it. So it all happens off camera. And then they put in the film that she has to quit smoking through the film, which she does. And I'm like, who the fuck are the Portmans have got all this power? Know what I mean? Jedi mind tricks. Yeah.
Hey, want to buy some death sticks? You're going to go home and rethink your life. As I go home, I think of my life.
No. But
Aye,
was-
brilliant, mate.
But like we say, mate, it was just the way that they changed it. I think it was for the better because if they'd have stuck it, it would have just been a tad creepy. Know what I mean?
Aye, but we've touched on it. We don't need to touch on it anymore. It was
No more
it's
touching.
still no, not touching whatsoever. It's above the jeans. Aye, so as a story, start to finish, mate. Like any kind of plot holes in it, any faults in it? Do you think it works in really well?
I think the whole story does kind of work. I don't know if it's just now, see, because the modern times we live. I reckon Leon and the lassie and the police would have been caught quicker and jailed quicker. Know what I mean? But I don't know if that's just the times we live in now. Because I don't know what story that the police could have told for massacring a whole family. I just don't know. Like, what'd you shoot her for? Oh, she'd have bar of soap on her horn. The fuck's that going to be in? What I mean?
I see when he's taken back to the flat by the DEA or the DA or the fucking internal affairs or whatever it is, and he's getting questioned. So how the fuck can you explain this, Norman? What? They pulled their guns. We retaliated. You know what I mean? It's a fucking
See,
right that your report.
aye. I'm guessing you need to like just imagine that it was a bit more loose back then. Know what I mean? Because Leon walks into the DEA's office, right?
Yeah.
Sets about the guards and then shoots two coppers in their office, know what I mean? And then walks out. 10 minutes he's in and out. Know what I mean? It's just right, okay, we'll play this game. It's like John Wick world. Know what I mean? Things just happen.
There was only 2 guards on that day, you know what I mean? That's what happened. 2 guards, dreads and shiny face. That was it. But again, I liked that scene. Just in and out, got her, get fucking back out of
Aye.
there. Because if you'd done it in the real world, it'd have been kind of shot dead before they get anywhere near her, probably, by the 1,000 guards on duty that day.
Aye.
But it was well done. What's your most favourite scene apart from? Is it the massacre that you mentioned earlier, or was there other bits?
I've actually got a couple, mate. Actually, see, the one that probably stands out the most for me anyway is when Gary Oldman is confronting Mathilda in the toilets. I think it's so menacing. Know what I mean? It's just he's just again, mate, just a brilliant bad guy. Just like, but what did I do to you? Oh, you killed my wee brother, and it's no, oh, I'm sorry for that. It's just, oh, so now you want to join him? And it's like, I didn't expect that answer.
Aye, that was one of mine as well, mate. That whole, as you say, menacing and tension building, because there's no way out for her.
Aye.
Even Matilda's answers are, I know I'm fucked, so I'm telling
Aye.
him the truth. But after he says that, so you want to join him, and then he says, which is even scarier, do you enjoy life? And she says, aye. He goes, good. I don't like killing people that don't enjoy living. Like, oh, he's going to do that. Oh, fuck it, come on.
That's
Not
what I mean.
only that, he's going to take pleasure in it because she wants to live. Oh, Jesus.
I started talking about, mate. He's like this is me because I'm watching all this supernatural now, but he's like a demon, isn't he? See the way he hides behind the door, and you're like, obviously the way the scene takes you in. Oh, he's in the last cubicle. You've got him, Tilda. You've got him. Pop him. And then the next thing he just appears like a demon, doesn't he? And it's just, ugh, just so. Again, mate, just brilliant. That's just well written and everything. Know what I mean? Because it's not even entered his mind that, oh, you're a wee lassie. Know what I mean? It's just like, nah, you're caught in your whack.
Another thing I liked in it, I'll give you another chance to come in here, but one of the bits I liked in it was the whole kind of teaching montage where she takes her own hits, and it's kind of the same thing every time with the bolt cutters and all that kind of jazz. But the first one he takes her to, when he's just dragging this guy about the house with a gun in his mouth,
Aye.
because he's not pushing him about the house, he's fucking dragging him as if do not take your mouth off that silencer all the way through this house. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Aye. I was
brilliant.
Oh, see, again, mate, I think that was the extended version. Because I don't remember that many hits. See, the first time I watched it, I don't remember getting taken on many hits. Know what I mean? But I might be wrong. But you're right, it was good, man. He says to him, don't take your mouth off this barrel. And he just, like you say, he's just dragging him about and he's looking about. He's going, come on now, Percy. Come on now.
That actor, that wee Mexican guy, he's been in fucking about 1 million films as that same character, hasn't he?
But
the very last time he takes her on the mad hit montage, it doesn't go to plan. He hears the cocking of a machine gun, and then guy obviously behind the door unloads and all that, and they're on the flare, and he fucking grenades him. That's your fuck, is he grenades or not? You know what I mean?
Aye.
See, the man carries bombs.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how I think that was extended. Because I don't remember how he calls it the ring trick or something like that. I don't ever remember that being a thing. Know what I mean? But had it been in the film, it would have made more sense come the end. Know what I mean? Obviously, what happens. But
well, that worked for me then.
Aye, true. But
so, what other ones?
The toilet. Obviously, the massacre. The massacre is just amazing, start to finish. For him taking his pill, he does the whole family in. It's just
here's the bad guy. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, there's no many introductions to a bad guy like that. Know what I mean? It was shocking, wasn't it? But
it's so good.
But
the poor stepmom in the bath, man. Just opens the door, bang. She doesn't even get a chance to say fuck all.
But that's the whole thing, mate. You just see with that scene, he's already walked by the door. Know what I mean? And he goes, "Oh fuck, she's in the bath," and he takes a couple of steps back and boots the door in. Know what I mean? It's just nobody was getting left to live. But apart from that, I would just say, see the big finale to the whole thing. Leon killing the police, the wee tricks and all that to get Mathilda back and all that stuff, and then just how it ends. Again, showing you Gary Oldman's character just being a treacherous wee snaky bastard. Know what I mean? And it's because you're full of so much hope, because Leon's made it out like that. That's it. The man's Offski, and then boom, and you're going, "Oh, no, the boy."
I know. That's fucking never seen that coming first time around. Aye, that whole end bit, as you say, I wrote it down there. It must have been every police in that precinct turned up with riot gear, rifles, fucking rioting shields and all that.
Aye.
And Norman sends them in wave at a time. Alpha team, Bravo team. Alpha team gets done in fucking right away. It's quite funny, but you're saying Gary Oldman's like a demon on the toilet. Aye. Leon's like a fucking ghost in that house.
Yep.
Just, you don't see him drap for the ceiling yet, but when they get in, you just see the wee horn coming down and shutting the door.
Aye.
You're like, he's good, that boy.
It was just pure. and it was gritty as well. Know what I mean? I mean, as much as I like see like John Wick and all that now, some of it seems a bit polished. Know what I mean? It was just,
I can get that.
it was just mere, it was just brutal, really. No,
It was. Nails and Gracies, he just done what he done to get out of there, or try to get out of there. But then I think he even, before he gets out the flat himself, he makes the conscious decision to get her out first. Because he might think there's a chance he might not make it, because he doesn't make the hole big enough for himself, the space between the walls, he couldn't get done. But he's like, I'll get down there, don't you worry, you take my wee plant down there.
Take the reefer. What?
He says churro, doesn't he, really, at the hole?
Aye. That's what I mean. It's just see the whole, like, the emotional build up to it sort of thing. Know what I mean? You're like, oh, will he get out? Will he no get out? Know what I mean? And then just when he gets, because see as well, obviously he gets shot, and Mathilda just bolts up the street. You get a shot of Mathilda bolting up the street, and you're like, oh, that's it. Oh no! And then you get the final confrontation with Leon and Norman, as you've taken to calling him, and you're going, this dirty bastard is going to get away with it. Know what I mean? And it's like we were talking about the ring trick. It was like, with oh, there you go, boom. Know what I mean?
You go, I go. Aye, because his last words are, fuck. Yeah, bastard, you. Never seen that coming.
Aye.
Is there any bits in it you didn't like? You're done with it?
It would have been the bits that are a bit try to make it like a romance, see, between Leon and Mathilda, but that was kind of wrote for the offset. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It was like, if it's just like now you watch it and you kind of see it now, whereas the first time I watched it, I just thought, oh, father-daughter relationship sort of thing. Know what I mean? She just can't get her.
Which, by the way, that's what it is. He loves her platonically. He loves her like a father. She's fallen in love with him as my hero. You know what I mean?
Aye. Know what I mean?
But as soon as he gives her his backstory, she's like, all right, I get it. It's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
He knows, because he tells her that he lost the one woman that he loved because her dad shot her. And then about him coming to America with his dad and Tony taking up and all that. The one, maybe again it was on the bonus, I can't remember, you can tell me, the bit they go to the restaurant.
Aye, that was added on.
Right, it takes her to a big, swanky, fancy restaurant after her first training hit with that Mexican guy. He takes her there and buys champagne, and they're eating oysters and all that. And she pours herself a big glass of champagne. Everybody in this restaurant's just posh and looking at them as if, what the fuck's going on here? And she swigs it all down and she just laughs for about 2 minutes solid.
Aye.
You're like, come on. You know what I mean? Get her out of there, Leon, for fuck's sake. What are you doing? Taking her there anyway. She's a bit fucking wimpy. You know what I mean? Aye, so again, that was part of the underlying stuff and all that.
I can see, that. All in all, I think they cut about 40 minutes of footage from it. See, after the first screen test, aye. And I think it was majority of the stuff between Leon and Mathilda. Know what I mean? This thing germinating. But
germination. I love that. I love that on a Thursday. Today, class, we're going to talk about germination. You know? Pollen, plants. You know what I'm talking about.
Bit of seeding, eh?
Vast body of germination going on in the world right now. We'd love to teach you more about it. I will. If I remember correctly, I think my version was 2 hours and 12 minutes or something.
Aye. Because I always remember it being a quick film, like an hour and a half. Know what I mean? I went, I'll stick this on. That's an hour and a half for the day, battered, and just carry on.
So there you go. So see, I know the night. I thought that was quite good. The night before the final act, she gets him to go to bed.
Aye.
She says, "Look, just come to bed, lie on a bed with your head on a pillow, just once for me." and she backs into him like a wee daughter would to her father, you know what I mean? She doesn't try to be fucking slutty or anything like that. She's been told the story and she's happy with it.
Mhm.
And he fucking sleeps like a baby. Because as we know all through the film, he just sits in a chair with his black shades on, sitting up with a gun, doesn't he?
Aye. See, that's what I'm kind of getting at as well. That's how you can kind of sympathise with the character. See, as the story goes, because, you know, he's been a shut off. He's been taken advantage of by the guy Tony that he thinks looks out for him. Know what I mean? He's had no relationships really in his life, and he's starting to like become a normal person. Know what I mean? It's not just the next hit sort of thing, and then it's taken away from him, and you're going, oh.
She's teaching him through her own wee way to open his eyes and allow himself some of the comforts that he's no. Because, like you say, mate, it's regimental, it's methodic, it's hit to hit, him, plant, sit up, sleeping, drink as much milk as you can in the fucking day. Innit?
Aye. And it's just, because it's like, aye. But, see the ending as well, mate. Do you think it was like the perfect ending, or would it have been a better ending for Leon to survive and make it out, sort of thing?
Nah, I like it. I like the way it ended. Even tying in with the fucking whole lovey stuff. It's unrequited love. You know what I mean? He dies a hero. He dies because he is her hero, but he gives his life for her, and that shows his full transition. He gives his life for somebody else, whereas beforehand, he just didn't compute anybody else ever. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's brilliant. I also think because Tony, when she goes to meet Tony with just this plant fucking bogging, and he feeds her the exact same line, word for word. Look, Leon's money's there. It's yours. You can do what you want with it. You can put it in a bank, but you want to put it in a bank for all that. You can get money anytime you want. I think that could have fucking led into Leon too. No bother. And it just recycles Tony and a new protégée. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Story wise, I don't know where he'd have went with it, but it could
Well,
have been something to think about. Maybe it was something to think about that he never got into.
Apparently it was. Apparently there is a script for it, but see, because Luc Besson started his own film company and moved out of the one he was with, apparently the old film company's got it and will not release it out of badness or spite or something. But apparently apparently he used the idea anyway, and the film is at Columbiana or something like that.
Oh, I remember it.
Aye, I think that's.
I think I watched about half an hour in it.
Aye. So, I think there was a plan because, see, initially, the Leon character was inspired for the character Victor in the film Nikita. So, maybe it was to be part of just like a trilogy sort of thing, and things just didn't work out that way.
Well, see, I'll ask you back the same question. Would you rather he survived? Could you see an ending where he could have survived?
Years ago, I wanted him to survive. But the way it did finish, I can see the point in it, because had Leon survived, Mathilda would have became a cleaner, shall we say, know what I mean? Whereas I think it was more to just finish with her being like a normal wee lassie sort of thing, know what I mean? No getting into it, like there's a survivor out of all the bad that happened in it. Know what I mean? Because you got to, because technically Leon was a bad guy, the police were bad, and the family was bad, know what I mean? The only person that had a glimmer of hope was Mathilda, and she kind of made it out. So, nah, I'd have probably kept it the same ending.
Aye, it was good. The wee ending, the end bit where she goes back to school, that her father's already paid for tuition because obviously she gets the call earlier. I am stepmother. So she goes back there because it's paid for. She realises she's nowhere to stay and she might as well get educated. But just she plants Leon's plant in the park because that was his one wish, wasn't it?
Aye. And apparently as well, that plant will die the first time it gets cold outside. So there'll be no lasting memory of Leon That's you. Ban breed. Deed. No points. Prick.
Well done, cow. Last thing,
Oh.
I know we're talking about his full arc as a person to becoming humanised. His last words to her is, "You've given me a taste for life, man." And she did. Whether she meant to or no is another thing, but it's pretty damn bloody good.
Aye. Well, see, and considering this as well, I read other stuff about the film that they changed and all this. Apparently, Mathilda was going to be the one that blew up the baddie at the end. See with the grenade? That was apparently going to be her send-off sort of thing. But apparently that would have been a bit too morbid. Like, oh well.
Aye. But I can see how, because when he does the ring trick the first time, it's her he shows it to.
Aye.
He's blowed up this guy and he just opened his hand to her. That's my ring trick. So I could see that, but aye, it'd have been a bit gory. Wee lassie parts all over the place. Do you know one of the bits I forgot about? When she does that first hit with him, with the guy with the muzzle in his mouth, after they kill him, they're just about to leave the flat and she starts pouring flammables all over the dope and all over the guy's stash. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "No women, no kids, right? Who the fuck do you think this is for?"
Aye.
And Leon just goes, "Fuck. Well done." Do you know what I mean? That's another teaching moment, man. Something he would never have considered at that time. Thought that was class, man.
Aye.
Well written.
Aye, that's like a wee glimpse of humanity there, sort of thing.
Mhm.
But have you any specific like lines or dialogue in the film that you really liked?
Aye, well, the first one of Gary Oldman's, do you know what I mean? I like these little calm moments before the storm. But, aye, what else? I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a bit where fucking Gary Oldman's sending in wave after wave of Polish, and he just loses the plot, goes, "I haven't got time for this bullshit." But no, I can't think of anything else, mate. What about you?
No, mate, it's all Gary Oldman for me, mate. Like you says, the calm before the storm, the toilet. Oh, and I suppose you want to join them now, sort of thing. Because that's the thing as well in that scene. See when he's going like that. So what kind of food have you delivered? Let me guess. Is it Chinese? Know what I mean? And because he's had a run in with all these different clans, shall we say? Know what I mean? But the bit when he is sending the police in, and he goes, "Bring me everybody, bring me everyone," and the wee guy's like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Everyone," and pure screams at him. I thought that was just brilliant and all, man.
I didn't like how Leon was referred to in the film twice as an Italian hitman.
Aye.
So that was a bit shit.
Aye.
He's fucking French, the boy. Just because he's pal of Tony's. I forgot. I know. I couldn't remember the whole ending. I thought, did Tony get done in? I couldn't remember because obviously Norman goes to.
Aye.
We've figured it out. They go to annoy Tony, and it also teaches you then that Norman and Tony have worked together in the past.
Aye.
For mutual benefit. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Which is, as you said, mate, everybody's fucking corrupt.
Yeah. And that also as well. So I thought about that today. That probably means that Leon has killed for Norman. He's probably got rid of somebody for Norman.
Never thought of that, mate. You're probably fucking right. And probably more than once. Aye. This bad guy, I can't get fucking anything on him. I want him done in. You know what I mean?
But we didn't even touch on see the what were you going to say, mate?
Well done, Winston. Hey.
But see how the film opens as well, where this drug dealer or something is moving into New York City, and he's there with all his henchmen, and Leon just takes out all these guys. I thought that was superb as well.
I should have said this, I know, but now you've mentioned it. See how common it is. I think he's credited as the fat man, isn't he? See his, like, shall we say, wee prostitute lassie?
Aye.
Fucking strange looking face, isn't she? If it is a she, or I don't know if it's a boy meant to look like a she.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Doesn't look right. Looks maybe a wee bit, as Borat would say, retardation. I don't know. Looks as if Stevie Wonder cut her fringe, you know.
Oh,
I
I
tell
tell
you
you what,
later, baby. Huh?
she wasn't fucking hanging about. Know what I mean?
Right? I hope she got her money. Hope
Aye.
Melissa got her money. Fucking sleep with that fat bastard. Aye, that was great, mate. That whole opening scene was quality. It was just, here's my fucking man. This is what he does. Deal with it.
Aye. Aye. Like a ghost. But
Aye.
uh,
Again, you learn through the film, it's bad people that he kills.
aye.
No women, no kids. And again, he says later on, never in the face.
Aye. But aye.
Man, I can't mind why he says never in the face.
I think he says if the face is distorted, you might not get paid. So
Well done, Winston. So,
uh,
anything else you want to touch on about it, my man? What about the end score?
I would have the boat sting. I put that on the TikTok and still nobody got it.
I know. I put French cafe music. Just it was like fucking hello. Good morning, hello, Leon. This is Nighthawk calling.
No, I mean, it would really just be again. Gary Oldman, apparently he improvised majority of his lines in this film. See the whole thing about Beethoven and stuff. And then but see when he's interrogating the dad and he goes right up to him and he starts sniffing him and all that. Apparently he just improvised that as well. And see the wee actor, he's like, I had no idea what he was doing.
You don't like Beethoven, do you? You're a Mozart man. Ron, he's good. Aye, brilliant. Do you know who his sister is in real life?
Mad wee Mo.
Mad Mo. Mo Slater. Hang about. How's it going, cat? You ain't my mother. Yes, I am. Mad Mo. She's no the best of actors, I would suggest, but she's doing all right for herself, I think. Although I don't know if she's still with us. I've not seen EastEnders in about 10 years.
Well, she was in the David Harbour? Is that his name? It was in Stranger Things. Is that his name? She was in his Hellboy film. She was the wee woman that worked. She was the wee woman that worked in the chippy, and then she whips out a Tommy gun or something.
Oh, I can't see her face, but I remember the scene. Aye, I quite liked that film actually. I didn't think it was that bad.
I liked that Tommy. It
was all right.
Yeah.
So there we go, mate. Léon the Professional. We are now 30 years since that was it. Do you think it stands up?
Aye, I would say so. Apart from the whole that law has moved on now. I mean, they'd all be caught on CCTV. They wouldn't be able to explain that shit away, you know what I mean? But apart from that, aye, everything else stands up. As far as I'm concerned, anyway.
I happily agree, mate. Aye, you could be forgiven for no thinking if you'd never seen it before the film was new, like 5 years ago or something like that. Smashing, absolutely smashing. What's your final score in the doors?
I'll get an 8. An 8.
So that's exactly what I've got in my IMDb and what I was going to say anyway. It's not changed any. A solid 8, which is 16 out of 20, which is a fabulous score. Absolutely fabulous score. See, Jean Reno, what else you seen him in? Apart from Ronin and Godzilla.
I've seen him in the Pink Panther remakes.
Was he?
Aye, I think he was in the
Steve Martin ones.
Aye, I think so. I'm sure he was in it. I've seen another one. It's just him in it. It's like 22 Bullets or something like that. or 21 bullets.
Alright.
He gets shot 21 times or something and he doesn't die. Something along the lines. But aye.
They've done with that at the end of this film, the boy.
But it was another one as well I remember him in. And I cannot for the fucking life of me remember it, man. But I've seen him in other ones. I'm sure he was in a Transporter. No, it's no Transporter he's in. That's another French guy. But aye.
That's that other French guy. That other one, that other actor. Aye, Ronin. I thought everybody was great in Ronin. That's a film for another day, definitely.
The first Mission Impossible. He's in that. He's the bad guy in that.
Is he?
Aye.
You sure?
Yep. He's the guy who's got a special knife and he stabs that lassie at the start. Know what I mean?
Right. Aye. Jesus. That wasn't yesterday.
Aye.
That was late 90s again, wasn't it? Fuck's sake.
Aye.
Aye, smashing. But our wee Natalie's went on to no a bad career, hasn't she?
Aye. I mean, she gave birth to the saviour of the galaxy there, but her man was a right prick.
I was going to do a wee video mash-up of her now in the film saying, "Kiss me, Leon," and then I was going to morph in Thor after it going, "Jane?" I forgot all about it. I wish I'd done it though. I might still do. There you go. I suggest you fucking wait for that.
Aye. Oh.
But any Glaswegianisms for it?
Paul Le Guin.
Jesus, how the fuck?
He's a Frenchman, mate, and he goes in there and he fucks everything up.
By the way, that's as I can't come back at you with that. That is fucking smash. Seeing as he's French, I'll Britishize his name, call him Liam. All right, mate. Want to go and see Liam? Huh?
Oh. Fucking hell,
So,
man.
but I like your one better. Have you been watching anything? Let's have the next wee 10 minutes to chat about what you've been watching recently. I know what it is, but tell the people.
Oh, I've been battering right into that Supernatural there. And I'm I'm actually making a mental note of how many bastard children our Dean has got. Because he's got to be populating that fucking land of America, something awful, by the way.
See, when you asked me that the other day in text, I pissed myself, man. I was like, right enough. It'd be better just being reincarnated as a fish so he can just spray seed or all the eggs. You know what I mean? He does a power, doesn't he? The boy does a power.
Oh, mate, it's like every episode.
I shit, you know, that I would go weak at the knees and off if I was a woman. Oh, Dean. Just like an old Bond femme fatale. Oh, James.
Oh. Fucking hell, man.
Sam gets off of whiny after a while.
Aye.
I still like him now, but see the latter series when he gets a wee bit preachy and just, I think we should do it, Dean. Fuck up, Sam. Have some whiskey. Make steaks.
Aye.
Look at your brother. Go and get a burger in you. Know what I mean?
Like I says, mate, this is my first time watching it through. And aye, I can see why it ended up with a massive fandom anyway. But aye.
I would happily accept a gift of the box set, no bother. People, if you're listening, you can send a couple of box sets their way. Preferably Blu-ray, because I think they've got the best bonuses on them. But I tell you what, see if you sat through what you're going to do, and I've done before, but I'll do again. If you're going to sit through about 9 weeks of fucking Supernatural episodes, I think the last thing you want's fucking bonus features, man.
Mate, it's like, I'm like that going, aye, okay, I'll start this, I'll give it a go. And I'm watching it, I'm going, what? This is building up to something. And we're 12, 15 episodes in. How many's on this bastard? And I looked, 22! 20 fucking 2!
Such a knowledge. Such great telly.
It was like 24. Remember 24? And it was just...
I do.
Like, this isn't just... It's not going to be. No, I mean, just kept going and going. But...
God, that was a slog. Just can't believe that his phone kept the charge for that long and done everything before it was possible to do everything.
God
Before
damn it!
touchscreen phones, his phone could link up to Sputnik, you know what I mean? You're like, fuck's sake. Sending you coordinates now, Jack.
Aye.
I just want my family back. Out of
Oh,
breath all the time, man.
but I'm enjoying it, mate. It's right up my street. It's all the creatures of the world and all this sort of thing. Know what I mean? You know what it actually
Get it.
reminds me, which I was right into when I was younger. Don't judge me, but my
Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Just guessed it before
Aye.
you said it. Nothing
Mate,
wrong with that.
that used to be my thing, mate. Mad
Nothing
Buffy
wrong
running
with
about
that, mate.
battering everybody. I'm like,
Cheesy as fuck, but still brilliant. I think our Rob at Stu World Order, he does a constant update and review of Buffy's. He loves that, which is nothing wrong with that at all.
Aye.
Even liked a wee bit of Angel after Buffy
aye, I watched
fell,
Angel
fell away.
It was
When I
smashing.
watched Bones, because he was a good actor, I liked him.
Aye.
But so that's been taking up your full week, mate, since you've been off for a full week now. I've watched, I told you last week, finished Ahsoka, finished Murderers in the Building. I watched the Beckham documentary, which was fabulous. Really enjoyed that. And I've just been watching kind of bits of old films here and there. I've caught up again. I've still to watch. I don't know why I keep putting it off the last series of Elementary. So I'm on that now because I fucking love that. Love a bit of Johnny Lee Miller.
Well, I went to go see The Exorcist Believer.
Oh, aye.
And it wasn't up to much.
Didn't have a good time, did you?
No, I mean it's if you know The Exorcist was all eerie.
I know The Exorcist. Aye, all right there, Exy. What you doing, me man?
Aye.
Still kicking like? You still kicking a mate? Yeah. Ah. The Exy.
Mate, it took a while to get going, and then when it did get going, it kept cutting away and giving you like filler pish. Know what I mean? I was like, come.
Aye. Just seems like another one they should just left alone. You know what I mean? Which the more I think about it and all with Ahsoka, they should just made an animated series 5 of Rebels because that came across better. Visually stunning. Listen, the boys at Seismic have done a full season 1 review of Ahsoka, and I thoroughly recommend you listen to it, people out there, if you haven't already. It is not a fanboy loving, because it's honest. James very much so gives it a 5 out of 10, which is the same as me. You can tell he's pushing to get a 5, whereas our Colin gives it a good solid 8 or 9, I think, and Paul's somewhere in between. It's good listen. With the 3 of them on now, they've got varying different levels of opinion, because just because, as I put on Twitter, just because you love something doesn't mean to say you need to like everything it does, which unfortunately is Star Wars under Disney for me. It's just, apart from Andor, it's no hitting at all. It's poorly written, man, to be honest with you. And I just wish. Same with Marvel.
I actually get round to listening to Seismic's football one, and the Poles need to do something. I mean, they boys are at their tits and morphine along there. Know what I mean? That fucking the defence for the fucking Arsenal team. Somebody needs fucking shot, by the way.
I tell you, love. I see what you're trying to do, boys. I really, really do, and I look forward to your next episode. But trying to morph people into an invincible team is fucking hard at the best of times. But your defence is shocking. Some of them there, man. I'd have just had the list of Invincibles and I'd have gave you my answer in like 13 seconds, just reading down the names that were on the Invincible list. But what about no? What about them? No. What about this guy? No. Thank you. I'll stick with Invincibles. Thank you very much.
The one for me was Lauren. I remember Lauren being superb. Know what I mean? But
he was different gravy, mate. He was. I think he played fucking.
Maybe I need to go back and watch.
What's that?
Go back and watch Lauren back in the day, because I seem to remember him. Was he the first one of the first picks for France and all? Know what I mean?
I was like, superb.
I was like,
it was superb. I think even it was getting kept out at the time by Lizarazu and all
Mm.
before he retired, and Lizarazu retired, and then he got a shot at left back. But Lord was fucking outstanding, man.
Aye.
I think he had a fall with Wenger eventually, or something. But that full team were just.
Aye.
You had harmony in the dressing room because I was led to believe that Big Sol Campbell liked wee Ashley Cole.
Aye.
Heard that for a reliable source. Always room together, if you know what I'm saying. Scalping noises, what he's doing in there. But aye, well done, boys. Keep them coming. Looking forward to the next one. Hope to soon be a guest. In fact, James asked me, Christopher, when are we getting this collab sorted? They want to come on to our show so James can cut loose. Know what I
They
mean?
just want to
Let his
swear.
tap button open, swear like fuck.
They're just wanting to be cunting and all that.
Smoke dried banana leaves and all that, you know what I mean? He just wants to come on and have a right good time. Like you last week, we want to be cool and we want to get loaded and have a good time and get calling on his plants. But they want to do Lost. You've watched one series yet.
Aye. Oh,
So
listen, I'll jump on and do Lost with you all you like, but as soon as I talk about it, I'll just be like that old guy at the bus stop like that. What a pish.
Well, see, we can't have that because it's some of the best telly ever invented, in my opinion. But we might think of something else. We'll get our heads together. We'll try and get a night sorted because they're night hawks. We like to do stuff during the day, apart from the day circumstances and such. But anything else you want to tell the people? What about your TikTok? Have we got another 1 or 2 followers since last we spoke?
There's been 2, maybe 3 through the door. But
echelons.
Aye, I'm running out of pen and my pen for signing autographs. But what I was going to say as well, by the way, how we'll talk about last week about the algorithm, and I'm not seeing a lot of this people I used to see on Twitter, by the way. So very rarely I'm seeing Seismic, Diabolical. I don't even see the Breakfast crew anymore. Know what I mean? I actually need to go hunting for people. So
I've not seen the Wreckfest on it. I see the Wreckfest on Instagram. Satsu Chatsunami and all was never half of mine, and then he went missing for 3 weeks. But he wasn't missing; he was on it, and now he's back. It just seems to be every 3rd or 4th post he's back. Diabolical, been cool. Still listening to the guys. They're still smashing it. They're starting to pick some obscure films. They're probably not obscure. It's probably just because I've not seen them. But maybe a couple of the thinking man's movies, you know, which is fine and dandy. But I feel I need to watch them before I listen to them because I don't want to spoil the film. But then I get in, I still listen to them anyway because the crack's quite good. Wreckfest boys, aye. Quiet.
No, it was just what I was saying, mate. It's just it must be the algorithm. It's just totally gone.
Well, look at us with YouTube.
Aye.
2,000 1 week, down to 400. And I've not checked, but the last I checked on last week's, we were about under 30.
Aye. So
what's going on?
Aye, I don't know, mate, but it's like the guys will probably see it themselves. They'll probably have a post that was a day or something ago, or 16 hours ago, and I'll like it because that's me just seeing it. You know what I mean? It's so weird, mate.
Seems to be 16 hours ago, 18 hours ago. I'm never getting something fucking 2 seconds ago or 10 minutes ago. Do you know what I mean?
Like I said, mate.
Somebody recommend a good listen. Put your podcast in here 1 day ago. You're like, for fuck's sake, man. I'd like to have seen that at the time before your 8-hour drive. You know what I mean?
Aye, exactly. But nah. That's it. We'll get something arranged with the Seismic lads.
We do it. Like, listen, by the way, folks, thanks ever so for listening, tuning in anywhere on our socials. But listening and watching is we're breeding butter, I suppose. We hope we're still making you raise a smile or raise something else, guys. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame me, you're only human. And we're still loving it, mate. Episode 22 of Series 3 next week. I know what we're doing.
Aye.
Judging by the response of the guessing game this week, well, we put it out there for people to guess early doors. Get a wee run a few days of it.
You can tell me, mate.
You like splicing up the photos.
I don't mind it.
Clues and the like.
I don't mind it. I've got a funny feeling I kind of know what it is anyway, but I'll wait till we're off before I guess it.
Oh, you've just. I had to bite my lip there to not say one of the things at the film. One of the famous lines. I had to bite my tongue there. I'll tell you as soon as I hang this. I was going to say hang this phone up. It's on the phone. Hey, Hauser. How you doing? Oh, another thing. Before we go, Seismic Boys, Total Recall. James, back away for the ashtray, son. It's nothing to do with Die Hard. Nothing to do with Die Hard, mate. And Harry was in Die Hard 2 as the cop. You were right, you just get a wrong film. But aye, nothing to do with John McClane's and computers and the like. They're not the same universe. Colin, what are you asking that for? They're not the same universe. Die Hard, Nakatomi and Total Recall. It's a not so distant dystopian future, don't you know? And the skies in Mars are red, they're no blue. Oh, apart from that was smashing. Well done, James. You hosted it well, son.
Aye. Oh. Aye. Cheers for listening.
Chris is looking at me. Chris is looking at me as if to say, "You've no filter, you bastard. I'm not being nasty. I'm being jovial. I'm British. Listen, come back at me. Tell us about the shit we're doing wrong. We would love feedback, by the way. Absolutely love a bit of feedback. If there's any impressions or accents not quite on point, if our humour is a bit risque, if some of our patter is a bit slangy and our swearing is off the hook, tell us. All we can do is tell you to F off. What you up to the rest of the day, mate?
Focus to yourself.
Focus to yourself. That's good, that.
I don't know, mate. I'll probably find something to watch because apparently there's some sort of storm outside, rattling windies and whatnot. So, I don't know. I'll probably watch what you say to me, what we're going to do next week.
Rattling windies, like wee Willie Winky running through the tin.
Paul Rudd drinking people's youth at their face.
Brilliant. I know, we need to do a snippet of that for the... listen, you go and splice that for the fucking TikTok. That's what you do. Paul Rudd. Sucking the youth out your ears. Suck fuck out of me. Look at Nicky, me, man. I need to shave, mate. That's what I need to do. Look as if I've swallowed a polar bear and left its arse hanging out my face. Look at the bent. Do you know, I'm just covering up God's plan here, isn't I, with this big bushy beard. I need to calm myself. But I'm doing it to keep the ladies away, you see. You know what I mean? He's showing her a chance, and that.
I ain't going that bombshell.
On that bombshell, before you go, mate, what are you having for your dinner?
I don't know, mate.
Thanks for that. Okay. It's a cheery bye for me.
And it's a cheery bye for him.
Cheery bye.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to make it.